Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Hollow Knight. I've got a couple of things to say before I really get back into the game. So I've had a little bit of a rough week. My computer had to go in for repair. Everything's okay now. But in addition to that, I posted the first video on YouTube before that happened, and then I realised that the noise in the video was very off-putting, and I asked some friends, looked up stuff, learned a bit about how to do noise removal, all the kind of stuff I should have learnt before starting this Let's Play, to be honest, but so that's why, at the time of recording this video, which is I think the 11th in the series, I have not yet had any feedback as to how I'm doing in the previous parts yet, because I just haven't had time with the computer repair to go through the noise removal process for all the previous videos to upload them yet. Going to be doing that over the next few weeks. But yeah, I don't really know how I'm doing. If there's things like in my Let's Playing that I need to improve, I have some ideas myself. I think maybe I'm doing okay on explaining the whole exploration aspect of the game, but maybe not so good on the bosses. I think each one goes by so fast, and I think I'm not doing a great job of explaining the tactics, their moves and how to counter them, things like that. And I'm certainly not doing a good job of explaining where we're up to in our knowledge of the lore, the story, the world. It's very confusingly presented, and at this point it is true. A new player is not expected to know very much, and I'm trying to keep things so that if someone is watching this who hasn't played the game yet, but you know, if you haven't played the game, why would you watch this series? Just go and play it. Anyway, in the last episode we had our first death, so it's now time to explain the shade mechanics. So you can see on the map there our shade has been left in the fungal core just to the left of the Mantis village. So that has almost all my old geo. I actually have 2 geo on me that was because it was floating towards me with the Gathering Swarm charm at the time I died. But to get the rest of the geo that I had on me back, I will have to go back to where the shade is. I'm not going to go straight there. Now, it is taking a bit of a risk, of course, not doing that, because if I die again, then the money on that shade is permanently lost. But I think it's worth the risk, because I'll just put on the map again for a moment. So there's this whole unexplored area, and my idea is to go through it from here to the west, and that will actually come out near the shade, and that saves a bit of time rather than getting the shade first and then having to come all the way back. So to get into this area, we've seen this manhole before. We now have a simple key, the second that we've used. I used one to open the pleasure house, but then got another one. The Royal Waterways. Despite that name, this is more or less the sewer of the old city. It has, those are called bellflies, the swooping things. Sign pointing towards a bench, but we need the down spell to access it. Fortunately, we have that. And since... so that map updated prompt we'll just have shown the bit of the city that I explored. We don't have the map for this area yet. So I'm heading to the west. Cracked wall here. But obviously there is more to explore in this area if I went down where the bench is and continued that way. But I'm going this way first. So these cute things are called worms or something like that. What is the name? Whorp, yes, I got it right. And they blow up when you attack them. And the other monster that we just saw... Ooh, right. Going back into the journal again takes me to the next non-opened entry. But yeah, the other monster that we just saw is the pill flip, which is called that because the name is a palindrome. When you hit it, it flips upside down, and I killed them too quickly to really show off that gimmick. So the water here is a bit cleaner than one might expect from a sewer. Possibly because the city has been abandoned for so long, and maybe the husks that inhabit it now don't have the same biological functions. So with the double jump we can get up here. Otherwise it would be a bit of a trek all the way back to the east to get above the pillars throughout this zone. And there's our first corner for paper, so he should be in this direction. There's the trademark humming. Just have to get through this arena. I missed one. So, one of several arena events in the game. The doors will open when everything's killed. Ho ho! Aren't these waterways thrilling? A labyrinth of pipes and tunnels. I couldn't have asked for a better place to employ my talents. It's all so orderly, so considered, nothing like the crude irregularity of those caverns. But so sad. My trunk is telling me those fungal wastes are close, and I sense my damp adventure may have reached its end. Guess I'll be calling this map done. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have the Royal Waterways map. As expected, it opens into the fungal wastes, and there's more to explore over that way, so I'm going to get the shade back now and then come back here. So this opens right here. This is the place we went down earlier to rescue Bretta. And again, there's so much choice in the order you do things in this game. We could have gone down into the waterways as soon as we got our first simple key, and there was so Sly sells one, and there's right, that's acid. I've gotten so used to the water in the waterways that you can just swim in. Yeah, simple keys. Sly sells one, and there's one just below the city storerooms stag, and a third in the ancient basin. Oh right, and another of these, Whispering Root. I won't do all of these. In fact, I've already missed some, but this is a nice quick one, so... Also, I think I'm owed another Seer reward. I don't remember what was the last reward that I actually got from her. Oh, a shortcut there that I could have opened and didn't last time I was in this area. So, we're back in Fungal Core where the Shade was left. Now, the Shade does default to certain locations in each room. It won't be in the exact spot I died. But let's try to find it. Ah, these are what killed me, so let's be a bit careful around them. Oh, no, that one was already dead. But the fourth one maybe wasn't. Now, right, I did already open that shortcut. So I think maybe I'd gotten to the lower room and we need to go back down. Oh, little hidden passage in the wall there. Notice that when the shade is missing, my health only refills up to 2/3. Sorry, my soul gauge only fills up to 2/3 of the maximum. Where is that? Ah, there we go. So just attack the shade with anything, and it comes home. Gives me all that geode back. And let's continue down. Most of the enemies here are pretty easy now. I have fairly good equipment. There's another mask shard, which not only gives us one more hit point, but also fills up my health. And yeah, this drops into deep nests. I could continue to the west there. What is the red map marker that I've placed near Queen Station? Have the map markers been moved around? Oh no, this one is the marker for there's something to see with double jump, which is the fungal core that we've just explored. Right, the red one. I know what the red one is. There is a way to go there that I haven't gone yet, so I put that there to mark that as something to do later. Now, I'm going to take advantage. It's a bit cheeky, but if you just save and quit, you will go back to the last bench, which is this bench here, yes. I was thinking it would be the dive bench in Waterways, but no, I did stop at that bench, which is just outside the Waterways, so that's fine. Going back in here to continue exploring the area. So, I went below this series of pillars earlier, so let's show what's above. Just a little bit of platforming here if you are trying to get across. If you're trying to get across without the double jump that I used to get up at the far end. And these nasty guys, when you kill them, not only does their top half break off, their bottom half reanimates after a while. Oh, I walked into that explosion after avoiding it. That was silly. Anyway, nothing more for us here. Just another way to get to Cornifer's room. The enemies in this area do make some interesting noises. Ah, I missed him. Okay, so back down to where the bench is. Let's look at the map. So there's something directly below me. Can't really see it on the map because it just shows this whole room as explored. When I came down here, I went to the left. So all the top right here is also unexplored for now. And this may or may not connect there. We'll see. I'm going to explore to the right first and leave this for later, so I will put a map marker there to remind myself that it needs coming back to. Open that for a shortcut. Another blood sack here from which we can get another rancid egg. How many is that now? And I have not explained yet what they do. 8. So the thing with the rancid eggs, if you die and your shade is in a difficult position to reach, you can give the rancid egg to an NPC who likes them. Confessor Gigi. She lives in the hut at the far east end of Dirtmouth, and she will retrieve your shade for the cost of 1 rancid egg. A lot of players get to the end of the game and never discover that because they never need it, but it's a nice feature that it's there. And that was an interesting cry we just heard. Someone up ahead sounds a bit merry, maybe enthusiastic at the prospect of meeting us. Are you going to come up? So this is the Dung Defender. You can fight him a lot earlier, but getting here this late, the fight should be pretty easy because anytime he does these dives, I have the descending dart, and it can hit him when he's underground. He's now going into a rage phase, which he does shows that I've decreased his health by half, and then he just keeps coming up. And just move a certain distance to make sure you're not directly above him when he comes up. And there we go, fight's already over. But he is a very fun character. Also, you can see he zoomed off into the background and landed on the top of one of these dung heaps. And we get the Defender's Crest. Unique charm bestowed by the King of Hallownest to his most loyal knight. So that's a bit of lore behind the Dung Defender. We will find out more about him, but an intriguing bit of connection to the still unknown story of Hallownest's past. And it causes the bearer to emit a heroic odour. We'll see what that does next time I'm at a bench. So that lever caused acid water to flow in this pipe. We don't yet know where the other end is, but you can see more of it in this room. And go back to the map. But this is somewhere we've been before. This is the connection between City and Ancient Basins. So if you have not yet explored the right side of the city, this is another way you can get there. I have explored all that, so not going there right now. There's definitely more to do here in the Waterways. That will involve a little bit of backtracking. So, if I go over here, I think this may connect with... Yes, there's the bench. Oops. So, There is one unknown in the room to my right, and that's at the far end of it, so going over there. It's a bit annoying sometimes that the map doesn't show all the little obstacles and routes within a room, so like here it may not be clear whether I have to go above or below to be allowed to continue to the right. Although in this case that's a very short dead end, so it becomes clear pretty quickly. Now we do want to take the lower route here. And in this case I would know that because I've just come from above and didn't see a way to progress. Here is that way down. Let's show what this does. So if I hit it once, it flips upside down and now it can jump instead of walking normally. Hit it again and it flips again. And this is cool. So can't really continue here. But if you see the pink crystal, that is a little hint that what you're meant to do is use the crystal dash. And in this case it goes right through the room, right through that passage. So we're now at the other side, a place we couldn't reach before. Just a soul totem up here. One thing is that because I've done the randomizer for this game, a lot of rooms and places seem a bit more significant to me because they are randomizer checks, and I have to remember that in the vanilla game there's really nothing there, or nothing exciting. But the decor has changed a little bit. Yeah, I'll show this sign. Only those who prove their honour in combat may enter the grove beyond. Signed, the Defender. That does refer to the Dung Defender, and this is the other end of the pipe. So if you come here before hitting that lever, this would be filled with acid and you can't progress. That shows the pipe. Doesn't seem like there's anything that side, but over here there's a little crack. Oh, what a surprise! It's not often I receive visitors. It's been so long, ages even. I just hope my manners haven't left me. You've no doubt sensed my affluence. You're right to guess I'm renowned amongst the upper caste of Hallownest. Sorry to inform you, Miss Evelisha, they are all dead. Well, I was, once, until those cretins cast me out. Have you met them, my former fellows? That's them outside, their bodies shambling around all mindless and empty, and I'm still alive to witness their pathetic demise. She already knows. Oh, I'm just so happy. Fate can be a wonderful thing. Yep, as you might guess from that, we are back in the city. Oh, that reminds me. Before I go back down... There are so many little doors in this... Whoa, you can hit me from there? Okay. So many doors in this room, and they are shown on the map. It doesn't really show which are enterable and which aren't. We went to the pleasure house earlier, but this one is also enterable, and I missed it. It's quite an interesting little place. A lot of these husks here, but if you do a little jump up the side, you can get into a secret room at the back. Where you can find this enemy who is unique. As you can see, we get the large hunter's mark immediately on killing him. That's the gorgeous husk. and he drops more more geo than any other enemy in the game. Anyway, going back down, there was definitely more for us to do down here. So what was the Dung Defender protecting? Well, if we continue... I know, it's a bit show-offy, striking up to hit the bellflies. But I just like the fact that I can do it, because when I first played this game, I didn't know that was possible at all. I thought you just had to dodge them. More acid over there, and if we fall down here, it's another arena. So, in many of my playthroughs, I came here much earlier and found this quite a difficult challenge, but coming here now, it's very easy. Isma's Grove. This must be Isma. And we found Isma's tier, which is the acid swimming ability. It forms a little... I'm not sure how clearly it will show, but there's a little bubble around us that means we can move through the acid just as easily as through water. Rub up here, and this connects with the acid that we saw just now. So, that's an important find. So the blue marker there is a place we saw that was blocked by acid that we can now traverse. And that gets us towards one of the dreamers. So that's pretty important to do fairly soon. But I'm again going to use this little cheat. It's not really a cheat, it is part of the game. It feels a little bit dirty, though. But that'll get me back to... Whoops. I do have a spare charm notch, by the way. And how many charms do I have? 14? That's not enough to buy another charm notch from Salubra. I would need 18. Anyway, that's what Isma's Grove looks like on the map. I think there's just about time to explore a little bit down here. So, this is also shaky. Unfortunately, I do need a bit more soul before I can open it. So, let's go find some enemies. I was too close to that one. And there I thought I might be able to kill both of them with my first nail strike. No such luck. So one little tip for this area. Whoops. So these little things, like this thing that's just to my left, you can dream nail those. No, you can't. Can you not? Well, you can hit them at any rate to get little bits of soul back. No, dream nail passes over the top of them. Maybe in a place like this where they're packed together? No, okay, I was completely wrong about that. But you can hit them at least. And this leads to Fluke Mom. Bit of a punching bag, but every now and then she releases these flukes, and they can be dangerous if you let them pile up. So a good way to deal with her is to stand on the middle platform and use spells which take out the flukes and damage Fluke Mom at the same time. You can also wait for them to come out because when they do, they follow pretty predictable paths. So once you get used to her, she's a very easy boss. And we do get the Flute Nest charm, so one more charm. Unfortunately, it's one of the ugliest in the game. Next to all these really nice looking charms, we have this. Transforms the Vengeful Spirit spell into a horde of volatile baby flukes. It's weird. Yeah, sure, I'll go back to the bench and show that off. And I need to show off the Defender's Crest as well. So just up here, here's a shortcut back to the bench. How many notches? It's 3, okay. So this is the Defender's Crest. It puts a stinky cloud behind me, which deals very tiny amounts of damage. Not the most useful charm, but it is there. And this is the effect of Fluke Nest. Oh right, that's the effect of Fluke Nest with Defender's Crest. It's different if you use Fluke Nest on its own. I even forgot that. How far will I have to go to get some enemies? There, these respawn on Rune Transition. It is actually pretty powerful, but a very silly charm. I don't like it and I'm not going to keep wearing it. Okay, that's been some good exploration and progress. So, that's where I'll finish this episode, and as always, thank you for watching, and see you next time.